Hello there, it's Leslie Fight Master. Welcome to Fight Master Yoga. Today's class is yoga for weight loss and fat burning. So sit up nice and tall. Take a couple long breaths as you start to settle in. Ground down through the sit bones, lengthen tall through the spine. Widen through the collarbones. Make sure you're creating lots of length through your spine. And then bring the hands together, close your eyes. Take a moment to set your intention for your practice. So any intention is welcome. Maybe reminding yourself that you are perfect just the way you are. And then let's come on to our backs. Grab a strap and have 2 blocks handy. And then draw the right knee into the chest. Circle the right ankle in one direction. And then start to circle it in the other direction. Now take your strap onto the ball of the right foot, extend the right leg up. Draw the right hip toward the front of the mat. Flex the left ankle. Draw in through the belly. Breathing here, relax any tension in the shoulder and the jaw. One wonderful secret to weight loss is to let go of stress, and yoga helps us. Exhale, take the right leg out to the right. Keep pressing down through the left leg. Look over the left shoulder. Opening up that hip on the right leg a little bit. Continue to keep the left leg active. Inhale, leg to center. Switch hands with your strap. Exhale, twist. Take it off to the left. Keep that right hip drawing forward again. Look over the right shoulder. So your right hip will come off the floor when you're twisting. It's fine, but turn your belly up toward the ceiling or the sky if you're outside like I am. And inhale, center. Now lift the head and shoulders. Use your belly muscles more and your arm muscles less. So holding here, draw the leg in, belly muscles, and then release it. Extend the right leg next to the left. Oop, probably feels a little longer. Then draw the left knee into the chest. Circle the left ankle in one direction. And reverse. Now grab that strap, or if you don't need one, you can always hold the toe. Extend the the left leg up. And draw the left hip toward the front of the mat. Keep the right ankle flexed. So even here, I would like for you to draw your belly in. So even though we're not doing ab or core work specifically, we're always engaging those abs, and that's going to help with fat burning and weight loss. Exhale, open the leg to the left. Keep the right hip pressing down. Look over your right shoulder. And breathing here. And then inhale, center. Switch hands with the strap. Exhale, take it over to the right side looking left. And again, the left hip will come up, but turn the belly up to face the ceiling. Inhale, center. Exhale, lift your head and shoulders. And again, use your belly muscle more than you're using your arms. We can get a good stretch, but also belly muscles are working. And release head and shoulders. Release the leg. Bend the knees in. And then arms by your sides. If your low back is really, really archy off the floor, then you're going to take your hands underneath your hips. We don't want to jam the low back into the floor either. Now, lift your legs up, but if you have any discomfort in the low back, hands under hips. Exhale, right leg almost to the floor. Let it hover about a foot above. Keep the left leg reaching up, and then switch. Left leg down, right leg up. Inhale, switch. Exhale here. Keep the belly pulled in. Inhale, switch. Exhale, holds. Inhale, switch legs. Exhale, hold. Belly in. Inhale, switch legs. Exhale, hold. If you want to go a little bit more, lift the head and shoulders up. And exhale, draw the knees in. But not this time because we're going to do it again. So legs up again. Exhale, right leg down. Lift head and shoulders. If it bothers the neck, cradle the head. Switch, inhale. Exhale, hold. Inhale, switch, left leg up, right leg down, about a foot off the floor. Inhale, switch. Exhale, hold. Reach through the legs. They can straighten as much as they will. Inhale, switch. Exhale, hold. Belly in. Inhale, switch. Exhale, hold. Keep reaching the belly. Lifting the belly. Then both legs up. Release. Hug the knees in. Legs up one more time. This time, arms to a T. Exhale, take the legs to the left and toward the palms so they're on an angle. So take them toward your left hand. Look over the right shoulder. Squeeze the legs. Inhale, come up, head to center. Exhale, turn to the left, legs to the right and toward the hand on an angle toward the back of your mat. Inhale, legs to center, head to center. Exhale, legs to the left. Look right. Squeeze those legs together. Pull in through your belly. We're working the side abs, the obliques. Inhale, center, head to center. Exhale, legs to the right, looking left. And again, they're on an angle. Bring them toward the back of your mat, towards your palm. Inhale, center. Exhale, hug the knees in. I'm going to just make a couple of circles around, knees apart and then together. Now, we're going to bring your hands behind your head, interlacing fingers, and bring right knee to left elbow and then left knee to right elbow. So these are like yogi bicycles. Switch and switch. Keep the belly lifted and switch and switch. Try to touch the elbow all the way toward the knee and switch and switch. Keep those head and shoulders off the floor. Switch and switch. Keep breathing. Switch, switch. Switch, switch, double time. Here we go. Keep the breath steady. Draw the belly in. Go to the left, right, left, right, left, right. Belly in and release. Bring the feet to the floor, hips width. Lift up into a nice gentle bridge. Make sure your heels are underneath the knees and toes are in a little. Spiral the thighs in toward each other. Keep the chin away from the chest. Reach your tailbone toward the backs of your knees. Lower down. Hug the knees in. Start to roll back and forth. We're going to try and get a little momentum. See if we can go all the way into a forward fold. Use the hands or not. Feet hips width. Let your head hang down. If the legs are straight, shift your hips over your heels. Then bend the knees, interlace fingers behind your back. And then straighten the legs again as you reach the arms. You can also hook the thumbs or hold a strap here. Now bend the knees into Utkatasana chair pose. Weight is in the heels. Drop the tailbone so you don't have a big arch in the lower back. Keep the ribs and belly drawing in. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Interlace other pinky on top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Straighten the legs as much as you can, reaching the arms up and over. And again, shift the weight toward the balls of the feet if you can straighten out the legs. Rebending the knees, Utkatasana. Inhale, weight is in the heels. Draw in through the belly. Reach through the arms. Exhale, belly to thighs, and then straighten the legs, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back into plank. Lower all the way down to the floor, hands by low ribs. Inhale, cobra pose. And then onto the forearms for Sphinx pose. Make sure you're pressing the pubic bone down a little bit to lengthen the tail toward the heels. Spread out the fingers. Elbows are no wider than the shoulders. Pull the elbows toward the feet to widen the collarbones. Lower down and then cobra. Inhale. Using the back muscles to hold you up. Then all the way to up dog. If that makes sense, you can always stick with cobra. Tuck the toes, downward dog. Arms and ears in line, gaze between the knees or feet. And then inhale to plank. And holding here, exhale, left forearm down and then right forearm down. So the elbows go right where the palms just were. Now we're in dolphin plank. Lift the backs of the knees up. Make sure your hips don't go higher than the shoulders. They have a tendency to want to lift up. Then rolling to the left side. You can bring your left hand in toward the center of the mat. Reach the right arm up for forearm Vasisthasana. And then back to center. Left forearm down, hand toward the center of the mat. Right arm up. Bring your right hip gently forward. Tailbone's going to reach toward the heels. To modify this, you can always take the top leg forward, foot on the floor with the knee bent. Come back into forearm plank. Now press back up into plank and through chaturanga. If that's too much, you can always take the knees down. Inhale, up dog, and exhale back into downward dog. So if you need a break, this would be a good time. You can push the pause button and take a break. Otherwise, we'll reconnect with our breath here in down dog. And then look forward, step or hop your feet up. Take an inhale to lengthen and an exhale to fold. Inhale, reach all the way up and look up. And exhale the hands to the heart, Samastitihi. And finding our Tadasana at the front of the mat. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, reach up, keep the belly in. Exhale and fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or float back. If you're jumping back, make sure your elbows are bent. Inhale, press through the hands and feet, thighs and knees off the floor if you're in up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, open up through the hip. Press evenly through the arms, reach down through the left heel now. Squaring off the hips, step it all the way up. Stand the ball of the back foot. Come on up, bend the back knee, drop your tailbone down, lift your belly up. Pull in through the belly, reach up through the arms, and now straighten through the back leg. Keep the length in the spine, right knee over ankle. Exhale, sweep the hands to the low back. Inhale, open up through the chest, reaching the hands toward the leg if they'll reach. Lift the chest, widen the collarbones, keep the ribs in. Release, arms up, inhale. And then exhale, we'll bring the hands down through chaturanga. Holding a moment and then inhale into up dog or cobra. And exhale back into down dog. Notice if you rush through your chaturanga. See if you can hover there for a moment. Left leg up, inhale. Exhale, bend the knee. Opening the hip. Again, reaching the right heel down. Square off the hips, look forward. Exhale, step it all the way up. Stand the ball of the back foot, hips are level. Inhale, come on up. Bend the back knee, tailbone dropping down, hip bones lifting up. Ribs in, belly in, stretch through the arms, and then straighten through the back leg. Notice the ribs need to stay drawing in instead of letting them poke out so that the lower back doesn't overarch. Exhale, interlace fingers, other pinky on top behind your back, and inhale, open up the chest. Hands can rest on that back leg. Widen across the collarbones. Shoulder heads are rolling back. Make sure the left knee stays over the ankle. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, step back through chaturanga, shoulders, or actually no plank pose, then rolling to the right for Vasisthasana. So if you need to modify, take the right knee down to the floor. Otherwise, left hip is directly above the right hip. Well, either way, actually. And then back to plank. Hold here a moment. Slow chaturanga. 3, 2, 1. Shoulders no lower than elbows. Press back up to plank. Knees can be down for that. And now over to the left. This is burning some fat. Right arm is up. Take that top hip a little bit forward. Draw in through the ribs and belly. The right arm back down. Plank pose. Lower. 3, 2, 1. Knees can be down here. Then inhaling up dog. Now take the knees off the floor if you're in up dog. Tuck the toes, downward dog. Shoo. Again, good place to push pause if you want to rest. Looking forward, step or hop the feet up. Take an inhale to lengthen. And an exhale to fold. Now bend the knees, come to Utkatasana, reach up, weight is in the heels, and exhale to Samastitihi. Inhale, bend the knees again, Utkatasana, reach up, sit back in the imaginary chair, weight is in the heels, exhale belly to thighs, then straighten the legs forward, folding. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga, step or float. Inhale, press up through the hands and feet, roll the shoulder heads back. Exhale, all the way back into down dog. Keep your belly lifted, right leg up, inhale. Exhale, bring the knee toward the nose, thigh and belly connect if possible. Then look up, step it through. Stand the ball of the back foot, come on up. Again, bend the back knee, tilt the pelvis forward a little. Inhale, arms reach. Now we're just going to keep that back knee bent. Tap it down lightly if you can. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Exhale, straighten it. So let's do this time. Inhale, bend the knee. Tap it down or just bend it a little. Exhale, straighten. If it hurts the knees, don't do it. Inhale, bend the knee any amount. Exhale, straighten it out. Bring the hands down to the mat. Chaturanga. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, downward dog. Here we go, left side. We'll lift the left leg on an inhale. Keep the belly pulled in. Use the belly muscles. Bring the thigh toward the belly, shoulders over the wrist. Press away from the floor and step it up. Stand the ball of the back foot. Bending the back knee, let it hover. Inhale, arms reach. So again, if it hurts the knee, don't bend it. You can keep it straight. So let it tap down. Exhale, straighten the leg. Inhale, start to bend the knee any amount. Maybe tap it lightly. Exhale, straighten that leg. Keep the ribs and belly in. Don't let that back over arch. Inhale, start to bend the knee. Let it tap down lightly. Exhale, straighten the leg. We're moving slowly. Inhale, one more time. Slow motion. Tap that knee a little bit or just let it bend. Exhale, straighten it. Bring the hands down. Plank pose. Pause. Feet together. Roll to the pinky toe side of the right foot. Lift the left arm up. This time, lift the left leg up if you can. And back to plank. Hold plank, chaturanga, and slowly, and then hold. Inhale, pressing into up dog or cobra. Exhale, back into downward dog. Inhale, ripple the spine forward to plank, feet together to the left side. Reach the right arm up, Vasisthasana side plank. Lift the right leg up if you can. And then slowly set it down, back into plank pose. Move through chaturanga. Keep your belly lifted. Slow chaturanga. 2, 1. Shoulders no lower than elbows. Press back up to plank. Knees can always be down. Then drop the hips for up dog. Lift the hips for down dog. Take your feet about as wide as the mat. Start to walk your hands back toward the feet. We'll come into a squat. Malasana. Now, if this bothers the knees, don't drop your hips so low. You can just come about halfway down. Toes and knees are tracking, so my toes turn out because they have to in order for me to get down. So my knees will track with the toes. And then start to walk yourself back out into downward dog, stretching back. And look up, hips high, step or hop your feet up. Take an inhale to lengthen and an exhale to fold. And then press down through the feet, bend the knees, Utkatasana, reach up, weight in the heels, and then to standing Samastitihi. Finding your Tadasana here. And then inhale again to Utkatasana, reaching up. And exhale, bring the hands down, bring the palms to the floor, knees up toward the armpits. Start to shift the weight forward for Bakasana. Make sure that you're looking forward. If the feet come up, make sure you're still pressing away from the floor strongly as you can. Belly is pulled in a lot. And holding, and then step or float to Chaturanga. Take an inhale, pressing up, and an exhale, stretching back. Right leg up, inhale. And then exhale, bring the leg in, shoulders over the wrists, and step it up. Once again, stand the ball of the back foot. Come on up, bend the back knee, drop the tailbone, reach arms up, inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows, open the chest like you're scraping elbows on the back wall. Then sweep the arms around in a circle. Inhale up, palms face the front. Exhale, keep those ribs in as you open up the chest. Inhale, reach up. One more time. Exhale like you're moving through water. Make your own resistance. Sweep all the way around. Inhale up. One more time. Exhale, bend. And then bring the hands down to the mat. Chaturanga. Inhaling up. and exhale back. Here we go, lifting your left leg. And then exhale, bring the leg in, shoulders over the wrists, and step it up. And then step it through. Bend the back knee to keep length in the lower back. And inhale, reaching up. Spin the triceps forward. Exhale, bend and open the chest. Straighten the back leg if you can, but keep length in the lower back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, face the palms to the front. Bend and open up the chest like you're moving through water. A little wobbly. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, bend and open up the chest. Once again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, and open the chest. Bring the hands down, back to plank. Hold. Rolling onto the right side, left arm up. Bring the left hip forward. Lift that top leg if you wish. Keep bringing the top hip forward. Come back to plank. And chaturanga slowly. Press up to plank. Knees can be down there. And then roll to the left side, lifting the right leg if you wish. Holding, lift the hips, and then set it down. Back to plank. So, chaturanga, and inhale to press up, and exhale to stretch back. Big breaths. Remind yourself of your awesomeness. And then back to our knees. Grab a block if you have it. So you'll take, if you have a strap too, you can bring the strap just above the elbows. And then you're going to make an L and a backwards L with your hands. So the thumbs will be on the bottom of the block and the hands will be on the sides of the block. Then tuck the toes, come into dolphin. Pull the ribs in, stretch back. Now we're going to keep your feet where they are. Keep the ribs and belly drawn in firmly. Keep lifting the shoulders away from the floor. Inner thighs are spinning back with the legs. And now inhale, come forward. And then let the feet slide back a little for dolphin plank. Holding here, so elbows no wider than the shoulders. And now take the knees down. So if your elbows have a tendency to go wider than the shoulders, I highly recommend using a strap here. We're going to come into forearm balance, Pinchamayurasana. If you don't invert, if you have high blood pressure that's uncontrolled, glaucoma, if you're on your cycle, I would recommend that you do not go upside down. If you have any injuries in your back or neck, do not go upside down. You can practice instead dolphin into dolphin plank and hold dolphin plank, and you will get the same benefits in the strength as you would if you're going up. If you are going to go up, take your block, if you have one, to a wall. Then, using your thumbs underneath the block, elbows no wider than shoulder, step one foot in, lift the other leg from the inner thigh, and hop up. One leg at a time. Use the wall, pull the belly in, reach the tailbone up, and then come down, take a little rest. Or you can hold longer if you like. So we're going to do a couple. When you're up, lift your shoulders up away from the floor. Keep your belly pulled in. Look forward, don't look back. Lift up one leg and kick up with the other. Squeeze the legs together if you can get up. And again, lift away from the floor. Press into the thumb and first finger side of the hand. If you've got a strap, you're going to pull that strap as if you're trying to rip it apart in half. And then rest. So the block and the strap work very nicely. If you don't have them, of course, you can still do it. But make sure your elbows don't go wider than the shoulders. One more time. Lift up. Keep the gaze forward, don't look back. Keep the ribs and belly in. Reach your tailbone up towards your heels. Pull the belly and ribs in lots. Keep lifting out of the shoulders. And release. Press a lot of weight into the thumb and first finger side of the hand when you're up. And rest. It's a tricky one because the triceps, the upper arms, spin one direction and the forearms spin the opposite way. So, right now, look forward. We'll do one more. Triceps will spin toward the way that you are looking, toward that side of the mat, the way your belly is facing. But forearms press down into the thumbs. Come down and rest. If you want to practice more, push pause and do a little bit more. Otherwise, we'll take off the strap if you have it on, move the block out of the way, turn again to face the front of the mat, away from the wall, and back into down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, roll the shoulders back, and exhale, down dog. Keep your ribs and belly lifted, look up, step or hop, and sit. Coming onto our backs for bridge pose. Make sure the feet are hips distance apart, outer edges of the feet are parallel. And then pressing into the heels. Inhale, lift up, roll the shoulders under, interlace the fingers, spiral your thighs toward each other, keep your chin away from your chest. Breathe here. This is a great pose for strengthening the glutes and the backs of the legs. Also good for stretching out the front of the body. Come down to rest. Take the soles of feet together, let your knees drop apart. Take a couple of long breaths. And then back up, arms by your sides for bridge. If you'd like to come up to wheel, bring your hands up by the ears, come to the crown of the head. Line up your wrists right underneath your elbows and then straighten out the arms. Shoulders should be nice and open. Spin the triceps toward the back of your mat and spin your inner thighs toward the floor. Chin into chest to lower and release, soles of feet together, knees apart. If Urdhva Dhanurasana or upward facing bow or wheel is not in your practice, then stay with bridge pose. It's a wonderful pose. One more time, bridge or wheel. Or you can grab a block and put it at the base of the spine for supported bridge. So you can lift up, interlace the fingers, stay with bridge, or hands up by the ears for wheel. Crown of the head first, line up wrists and elbows, and then press up. Keep the chin away from the chest in bridge, but keep lifting the chest toward the chin. If you're in wheel, stretch out the whole front of the body. Let's come on down, and then this side, this time, hug the knees into the chest. And begin to make little circles on the back. Start to roll back and forth, up and down the spine. Take 2 or 3 rolls and come on up to seated. Extend the legs in front, Dandasana. Lift up, lengthening through the spine, widen the collarbones. And inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge from the hips forward. Inhale, lengthen, leading with the chest. Exhale, extend. So think belly to thighs instead of head to knees. We don't want to be rounding the back here. You can hold your legs, your feet, or use a strap. Now, if you feel like you're bending at the waist, then start to sit up on a blanket or a pillow. That'll help to create length. If you want a little more, if you feel like you're pretty flexible today, grab a block, bring it in front of the feet. Hold on to the block instead of the feet, or 2 blocks. Inhale the head up and exhale to release. And crossing at the shins. So either cross the shins or take the right shin on top of the left. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Stay seated or come forward. So if you have shin on top of shin, make sure they definitely line up and your left ankle is just above, your right ankle is just above the left knee, and vice versa. Flexing both ankles. That's called double pigeon. If you have a block hand, you can rest your head on the block like I am, if that's comfortable. Stretching out our hips a little toward the end of our practice and stretching the back. And head up, inhale, release, and we'll switch. So we'll take the left shin in front of the right shin, and then you can fold forward there, or left shin on top. Remember, we're going to stack the shins. So now the right knee is just above the left ankle. Left ankle is just above the right knee. You can stay up or exhale, fold forward any amount. This could be a pretty intense stretch, so Take it easy, of course. We want you to feel a stretch, but we don't want you to be in agony. Rest your head on a block if you wish, or the floor if you're real flexible, you can reach the floor maybe. Take long breaths. Inhale your head up. Exhale to release, and we'll come onto our backs. Hug the knees in. And then drop the knees over to the left and look over your right shoulder. Belly's facing up toward the ceiling. It's a little twist. You can also cross your right knee over the left knee if you want a deeper twist. Inhale the knees to center, hug them in. And then exhale, knees to your knees to your right, looking left. Turn the belly up to face the ceiling again. Cross the left knee over the right if you want a little deeper stretch. And back to center. Make our way into our final resting pose into Shavasana. So lengthen the tailbone toward the heels. Let the feet flop open, arms facing up. Chin away from the chest, and now just come into your natural breathing. Nice natural breathing, quiet mind, quiet body. I'll be back in a moment. Enjoy your Shavasana. Our quote today is from Brené Brown. Owning our story can be hard, but not nearly as difficult as spending our lives running from it. Embracing our vulnerabilities is risky, but not nearly as dangerous as giving up on love and belonging and joy. The experiences that make us the most vulnerable. Only when we are brave enough to explore the darkness will we discover the infinite power of our light. Let's start to take some longer breaths. Just beginning to bring the awareness back into the body. And now slowly begin to make some movements, moving through your fingers and your toes. Moving through your hands and your feet, and your arms and your legs. Take a nice long stretch overhead, reaching all the way through your body. And then bend the knees, rolling off to your right side. Thank yourself for taking your practice today, for taking care of your body and your mind and your spirit. And then slowly make your way up to seated. Sit up nice and tall. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. And then hands to forehead, reminding us to have clear and loving thoughts. Our hands to the heart to remind us to have clear and loving intentions. And our hands to the mouth, reminding us to have clear and loving communications, sending out positive energy to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with us today. Don't forget to push the like button before you go. And tell your friends, share our classes. If you can afford to support us with a donation, there's a link below, or go to fightmasteryoga.com. May as well join our mailing list while you're there. I send out a message about once a week. And there's a donate button on the website. There's also an Amazon button or banner at the bottom of the website. If you shop through Amazon, you can click there. It doesn't cost you anything more, but it supports us. But a really great way to support us is to just spread the word about Fight Master Yoga. Tell your friends, tell your relatives to tell your friends. And we just want to get the word out to as many people as possible. So I hope you enjoyed your practice today. And most importantly, I would love for you to have a wonderful day and honor yourself. Love yourself. You are perfect the way you are. So enjoy the day. Bye-bye.